Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to show you how to set up an Android pen testing environment. I've been I've been learning and playing around with it for the last couple of weeks. So at first, I was just going to use the default Android emulator with Android Studio, and you can do it that way. But I think the easiest way to do it is to there's a application called Jenny Motion. I think it's called Genie Motion. I call it Jenny Motion anyway. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but um, it's a quick way of installing an Android emulator without having to install Android Studio. So the two things we're going to use here are we're going to use this here called Jenny Motion, and we're also going to use another tool called the Mobile Security Framework. Um, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to you'll need to go and download Jenny Motion. So you'll need to sign up. It's completely free to sign up. What you'll need to do is go here to desktop account. Um, and then you can just sign in here, create an account. I already have an account, so I'm just going to drag that over so I can show you what you need to do. So yeah, have I been logged out of it? Maybe. Have I? I think I may have been logged out because I was signed in yesterday. So, oh no. So what I need to do is once you log in, you need to go to products and you go to download, and then you download your download the Jenny Motion desktop. Because I'm using Ubuntu, I download Linux, but as you can see, it's available for uh, Windows, Mac. So, like I haven't done the Windows one, but I think there's one there for with VirtualBox. Because as far as I know, Genymotion uses VirtualBox for the emulator, or something like that. But anyway, if you just follow the links and you can go ahead and install them yourself. So, yeah. So, let me just make sure everything's working right first, because I'm going to just double check my stream to make sure it's working. Should be. Just double checking. I'm not really looking at chat at the moment, so if you're on YouTube or I'm not really looking at chat at the moment, so if you're on YouTube or I'm not really looking at chat at the moment, so if you're on YouTube or I'm not really looking at chat at the moment. Okay, this is kind of weird. Just anyway, I'm not really looking at chat at the moment. Okay, this is kind of weird. Just anyway, yeah. I'm using a tool called Restream to actually stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I apparently you can. It does have like a chat function where you can send chat messages to the different streams, but this is kind of like my first proper time using it. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So once you've downloaded that, you'll install the Genymotion software. So um, So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually set up a Android emulator. I've already got one here set up that I'm using. So the only thing about Genymotion is that unless you pay, you can only use, I think, up to Android 10 is the highest one you can create the emulator with. With the Android, the emulator from the uh, Android SDK, uh, you can create one up to, I think, the latest version, which I think is 13. Uh, but what I found was that the tool that I'm going to use, the what's it called, the mobile, uh, the mobile framework. Uh, just get that window up again. Uh, right, this tool here, um, uh, the mobile security framework. Uh, it doesn't actually work with anything above. Well, its dynamic analysis doesn't work for anything above Android 10. So, but anyway, uh, you could just create an Android 10 um, emulator. Sorry, use the Android SDK to create a emulator around just Android 10, and then use it that way also. But I think Genymotion is a little bit easier to do. So what we're going to do, we'll just create a new one. So to create a new emulate a new device, a new virtual device, I should say. So which is the same as an emulator. So just click here, and then you can select whatever phone you want. I'm going to go for, I think the one that I have here is I think it was a Nexus. Was a Nexus? Uh, you can see some of these phones are very old, but like it's only going to be an emulator, so it's only going to be there. So I'm going to go for a Galaxy 6. So the next thing you need to do, okay, so it's actually letting me do that. Can I do 12? Let me just see if I can do 12. No, I can't have to purchase. So, okay, so the highest version is actually 11. I was wrong. Anyway, maybe it's just for this one anyway. So, then you can actually kind of like go through the system. So I'm just going to leave it with all the defaults. Process, everything's going to be default. Display is going to be default. Um, Android options. You can say show the universal keyboard. Uh, I think for this one, I'm just going to put that in because I didn't have it in the last one. And see, it's creating the device. So now your device is actually created. So what we'll do is just start it. So okay, so one of the first things you probably mm, you might also another advantage of using Genymotion is that now I'll be getting rid of this emulator once I finish setting it up for tonight. But you can go down here and you can actually install the OpenG apps. Just say accept, and that means you can actually log in and use the Android Play Store and stuff like that. That's another advantage of using Genymotion. So we'll just get that installed first. So while that's installing, what we're going to do is we'll move over to the, the this here, the mobile security framework. So uh, if you just follow the setup, okay. So I just need to be sorry. Yeah, that's just linking it up, so don't worry about it. So anyway, so we'll go back to that in a minute. So what we want to do is want to go here to getting started. So all you have to do is follow the instructions here on how to actually set it up. It is very easy. You can it runs as a Docker container. Um, so I've actually already downloaded it. So I actually downloaded the whole. Uh, you, you know what I'll do? I'll just run it as a Docker because I'm sure I can always delete it anyway. So I've, let's just let's just follow the instructions. Even though I've actually um, installed it by downloading. I actually did a git clone of the repository, and that's how I'm using it. But for this one, I'm just going to just do as they say. So I can always just delete this one anyway. So when I'm finished, so we'll just say docker pull. I already have done that. So what I can do is let's see if this runs. May run and it may not run. We'll see. Because I was playing around with this yesterday. So okay, so I think I need sudo. Let's see. Okay, no password. Let's see, just runs. Okay, so it's checking for. All right. So let's see if this will pick up the actual virtual. Okay, so yeah, so it's saying there for some reason it's not picking up the virtual one. Maybe that's because I've got more than one virtual device. Uh, Maybe that's the way the Docker container is actually uh, sorted. But if I go here to control, I think it's Control C, should shut it down. So what I'll do is I'll actually cd into the actual uh, folder, just so I can show you. I'll just show you what's in here first. So yeah, I just did a git pull on it because it's easier for me, and also I can, if I want to, I can edit things like add in new scripts and stuff like that. Because there's the scripts and stuff for, I think it's called, is it Frida or Frida? Anyway, it's used in mobile pen testing. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, okay, the first thing you'll need to do if you're going to do it this way by git cloning, once you've cloned the repository, you'll need to run the setup.sh and run it with sudo. because it is going to install a number of uh, it's going to install a number of pip packages from Python. Um, I'm not going to do that because I've already got it all set up. And then once you've done that, you just need to just use sudo again. Did I run that with sudo, that Docker? Maybe that's why I didn't pick it up. Did I run that with sudo? That could be why I didn't pick it up. Let's just try that again. First of all, no, I did run with sudo. Okay. Anyway, so it should work. So sudo dot run sh. So okay, so it's booting there. It would be on port 8000 of your local host. So I'm going to get that up now and give it to you guys, so you can actually see it. And as you can see, it's actually loading up. So I'll just drag that over here so you can actually see there. So I will get rid of that terminal. So this is your sort of so you can use this to actually analyze, do static analysis of an APK. So you can just download the APK. So there are a number of ways to get the APK. You can get it from the Play Store. That's why I installed. Where's it gone? I'll get Dailymotion up again. Okay, let me just get that one up. So that's why I installed the actual Play Store. So if I just go there, you see there, so you can actually download them, and otherwise you have to go to something like, I think it's something called APK Pure. I think that's what, yeah, AKA Pure. I'll just get the website up and show it to you. So this will allow you to download APKs for nearly any APK that's actually on the Play Store. So you can actually download any apps that are on the Play Store, and then you can upload them to your device. This is if it's basically a one-to-one copy of the actual app. It's a safe place to download from what I've done, from the research online and stuff like that. So you can download them and just install the APK. So to install an APK, okay, on Genymotion, it's as simple as just download and drag and drop it to actually install the APK. So and what we'll do here is we'll just leave the mobile security framework for a moment, because what I want to really do is, so one of the important things with Android is probably using a proxy like Burp Suite, so you can actually see what's happening. So we're going to have to set that up. So let me just minimize that for a moment. So I'm going to actually open up Burp. there is actually instructions here on where is it gone? Can I get it up? We just get it here. Uh, Here we go. There is instructions here to how to set up uh, Genymotion. So if you go into Genymotion or just Google Genymotion Burp Suite, it will bring you up this page here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that there for a moment. I'm going to pull up the emulator. Just put it over there to the side. So, and then I'm actually going to launch Burp Suite. So once we've got Burp Suite launched, which is here, you just go through next, start Burp Suite. So right, so it started Burp Suite. So I'm just going to bring it down here because we're going to go in here into proxy, and then what we're going to do is go to proxy settings, and you'll add in here, and we're going to say all interfaces, and it's going to be, as far as I know, I don't have anything running in port 8080, but anyway, so I'm going to just say 8080, which is what they have there. So I'll say okay to that. Yes, and then oh yeah, that's because I already have that one. Sorry. So I need to actually disable that, and there we go. So the next thing we'll need to do is you'll need to import and export the CA cert. So just go there, and then you need to select export and select it as a DER format, and then click on next, and then choose somewhere to actually save it to. So I've already done that. Yes, I do. So I'm going to just minimize that, and I will get up the minimize burp also. Uh, Actually, I think I have it launched twice, do I? That doesn't matter anyway. So I actually already have that loaded up. Let me just get that window up. I'll just use a new window. Uh, just need to remember where I have it. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah. So yeah. So this is where I've stored the cert.der. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go and follow the actual instructions on what we need to do. So so there is if we go here, where we go, we just go here for a second. So if I go to dynamic analyzer, okay, so it's actually picked up the device. So that should Okay. Okay, so that's actually picked up the device. Uh, that's okay. Okay, so we're going back here to go back here to oh, this one we want. So what we'll need to do is I just wrote. I need to also need to cd into my opt because that's where it's got Jenny Motion. So I need to cd into Jenny Mobile because I'm going to have to actually use ADB. So cd. So I cd tools. So ADB is the Android Development Bridge. It's part of the Android SDK. So if I look here, there should be a copy of it there. So, right. So I'll need that later on. So the first thing we're going to do is we've got our cert.der. So I've downloaded that. So we're going to have to actually convert it. So the command is going to be, well, if you just follow these instructions, it will do it for you'll be able to convert it. So that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be OpenSSL X509 dash inform der in whatever the name of your burps, whatever you called your uh, uh, whatever you called your burp cert. So I've called it um, cert.der. So what we're doing here, we're actually converting it to this .pm format. So I would just call it. I'm just gonna change that to burp. I like everything to be lowercase. So we'll call it that there. So do that. Unable to load certificate. Uh, so oh, DER, not PR. Okay. Um. So that should do it. Why is that name? What did I call it again? Oh, CA cert. Sorry. CA cert. So it's called burp cert.pm. So that should be it. Okay. So now if we go here, we should have a burpcert.pm. So what we need to do now is so we're going to now change that PM and uh, so just follow these instructions because that's what we need to do. So just go and run that. So we'll call it burp. Okay, so that's the actual name that we need. We need that name for it. So um, what we need to do then is we need to rename our cert as that name, as that name. So let me just get so I'm just gonna. So that's what we're doing there. We're just getting the actual name of the. I'm not sure if it's the name of the cert or whatever it is, but I think it's actually the hash of the cert, the actual or something like that. Anyway, we need that for it to work, and then you have to put in .0. So we'll just do that, and then you'll see that's actually renamed. So the next thing we need to do is uh, install this the cert. So there are a couple of you could just drag and drop it. Um, it's actually how I did the last time, but this time I'm going to try it this way here, that the way they have it here. So yeah, I keep having to do this. So what we need to do first is uh, we will use ADB. Uh, so we're using ADB and we're going to say remount. Sometimes you have to, I think you have to do this okay, so remount is successful. That's another reason why I'm using Jetting Motion is because the the emulator is already rooted, so you don't have to go and add in that step, which you'd have to do. It's only a flag or something like that, but it's just easier. And then what you do is what we're going to need to do is okay. So we know what the name of the cert is. So we need to. You know what I'm going to do is well, I can use PWD. It'll give me the present working directory. So I want to see if this will work. If not, we'll just drag and drop it. So it should be ADB push K that, and then the name of the cert, which it was this here. Uh, 2 system etc security CA certs. Let's see. So I'm going to see if this works. If not, I'll just drag and drop it. So let's see if this works. Okay, so now what we can do is we need to now go into the wish that terminal will stay open every time we use it, but anyway. Okay, so we need to go in here to CD into our system here, CD system certs. Sorry, what am I doing? I'm doing that wrong. I need to press wrong. I need to run .adb shell, and that should dot slash adb split shell. There we go. So now we need to cd, because we've actually logged into the file system of the actual emulator. So we cd in there, we do a quick ls, and we should see our cert. Probably the easiest way to do this is do ls, and our cert should be there. Let's see if it's actually being pushed in there. I don't actually see our cert there. What was it? 9A? Okay. Was it 9A, 5BA, 9A, 5BA, 7, 5? Oh, it actually is there. So that's our cert there. That one there. So we have to change the permissions. So, because we're already in there, all we have to do, come back. So we're going to change the permissions. So it'll be chmod 664, and then our cert was 9A, 5, whatever. There we go. So we just chmod that. Okay. And just to show you that that cert is actually there, we will get up our emulator, and I think if we just go here to search for CA certs, I think that's what we need to do. New, what is it? Back here. It is CA. Search apps for certs. Okay. Right. Go into settings. Then we have to go to security. Security. Here we have to start CA. Here we go. CA certs. This is what we want. So we go to trusted CA certs, and what we're looking for is the ports we go on, because that's Burp Suite. So we'll keep going down here. Should see a port swigger somewhere along here. Probably gonna buy it, have we? There we go, port swigger. So that's our Burp Suite CA cert, so we can actually use it. The next thing we need to do is actually set up the proxy. So what I'm going to do is, this is the command here that I'm using. So we're going to set up, we're going to set it to proxy on localhost 333. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this reverse TCP to port 8. So I'm just going to copy this command. Now, if I remember right, if I go back to my Jenny, I think, let me just check, can I use a shell here, or is there, no I can't, I thought I had an interface for a shell. So we'll go back here to Jenny Motion, come back here. Then we need to command line again. So we go back here and we need to run. We need to exit out of this first. Okay, so we will set this here. Okay, and then we will set reverse to that. So this is kind of the first step, setting up a proxy if you want to use Burp Suite with to proxy all your traffic. So that this is what I'm actually going to do. You can actually just follow the instructions here to actually automate this every time you set it up. So like I said, all the information here is to set it up. Uh, Otherwise, you'll have to go through this every time you want to proxy through Burp, which might not be a bad idea. So let's pull up Genymotion again because we've got it all set up. And we're also going to pull up Burp. And we'll go here and we have intercept is off. So make sure the proxy settings are set up correctly. Right, Burp. Okay. Let's make sure the settings. Yeah, that's what we want. So we just close that, and we've got intercept off at the moment. So I'm just going to switch intercept on, and if everything goes right, I'll just go back here, go to history. We're not getting anything yet, but if everything works right, let's just launch the Play Store, see what happens. Okay, something's wrong right here. It should be showing up everything. Something's not right. Should be proxying. It was working on my other device. Oh, there we go. It is actually working. So you can see it's proxying through. So what I'll do is I'll just go back in a minute. So you can see it's actually proxying through. So you can use it like a normal. I'm not going to show you how to use Burp Suite. That's a whole different video. But you can actually go and play around with the requests on Burp Suite. So let's go back here. I'm going to actually close that out. So I'm not going to use that at the moment. So I'm going to close Burp Suite. So that's setting up Burp Suite. The other thing I want to show is this mobile security framework. So you've got your static analyzer and your dynamic analyzer. So static, if you download any APK from APK Pure, or even if you download your phone or where we get the APK from, you can actually just show you now. Once I go back to my downloads, view it as, there we go. So you can just, let me just, to actually install, to analyze an APK, you just drop it here, and then it will start doing some static analysis on it. So it's just analyzing it. It can take a few moments. So while it's doing that, you've also got dynamic analyzer. So um, you can see I was looking at this uncrackable APK there uh, before. But if you have your device, so another way you can do this is if you have your actual device, when you want to install an APK on it, let's say a dynamic analysis, we use that Android Goat one. So you just drag it over and it'll automatically install. So when you go back here to the dynamic analyzer, you'll actually pick up the APK. So then you can actually start doing, you can do your static, start the dynamic analyzer. So this might not work because I think this one detects whether or not root is actually enabled. So let me just get Genymotion up. Yeah. Uh, so try that static. Saying cannot connect to it. Why? Okay, so we go here to recent. See what, okay, so it's got this is your static report. So you just go here and actually gives you kind of, it gives you the MD5 hash. It tells you SDK was built on, everything like that, and you have access to everything like it tells you if it's been signed. Then you also have access here to uh, the like you have. It basically gives you everything you would get with other tools. Like you can actually go here to security analysis. You can go to malware reconnaissance. It tells you if there's a that's like that will show you that's the Firebase database and stuff like that. Strings. So whatever strings are there. Uh, components. Activities. You can just go through them and you can just see what you have. Like you can also look at the Android Mainfest where you sorry, manifest what I'm saying. Where you can actually see what permissions are enabled and stuff like that. So this should be. Yeah, there we go. There's permissions. So you can see here that it has like Android permissions for the internet. Then you can write to external storage, stuff like that. And if you had anything like maybe reading camera and stuff, that'd be dangerous. Um, you wouldn't want that. So you can always go back here. You can also look at the Java code. You can download it and or download the APK and maybe uh, use another tool like uh, uh, what's it called Dex to you can use other tools. There's other tools there, but you can download the APK. You can look at the Java code. Um, uh, like you can view the source is basically the same as the Java code, and you also got the I think it's called SAML code. So it's kind of uh, I think it's kind of like a pseudo Java code. I'm not 100% sure, but you can have a look for that too. So um, yeah, so it might just take a moment to load up. So And then what we can do is, let me grab the Genymotion again. So we can actually start the dynamic analysis. Get that up. So it said there's an error connecting to it. Okay, why can I not connect? Cannot connect to that one. Probably because I'm still using a proxy, I'd say. So I'll probably have to disable the proxy. No, that shouldn't be it. Let's go back here to dynamic. It is connected, so we should be able to do a static analysis. I have burp switched off, so okay. Cannot connect to 127.0. The IP address of this one. Is that a different IP address? No. Right. Why is that not working? I don't know. I'm not sure why that's not working. It should work. It says cannot connect to. Okay. Let me have a look here. See what's going on. Let's see. This API level. Okay, so that's what I was talking to you about. The API level is not supported. Yeah. So that's So I was right. Haspi actual API level is Android 10, which is API level. So I made the same mistake as I made when I set it up the first time. Silly me. So actually, this is quite a good way of showing how easy with Genymotion. What you can do is we'll close that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we'll go into Genymotion here. We can go here. I think we can go to I think the should be able to edit this now. Yeah, let's see. We can go to edit and we can change. Can we change the version to? No, we cannot. So, okay, so I made a mistake. It should be version 10. So what I'll do is I'll leave this one because I've already got this one closed off. And I'll run the other one, and then I'll be able to show you the actual dynamic analyzer. So so okay, so I've got this one's booting up. So we go back here to our mobile security. So we go to dynamic analyzer. It should automatically pick up the pick it up. So I have more than one app installed. So if we go to start dynamic analyzer, let's get that up. Okay, the phone's starting, so just wait till it's fully started, and then we'll go and do the dynamic analyzer. So, like I said, if you're using Genymotion, it has to be version. Sorry about that. It has to be version 10. But that should be okay for any apps that you're going to be investigating. They probably will change it in later versions, but at the moment. So we just go here to start dynamic analysis. Let's pull that up. So it might just take a few moments, like it normally will. Okay, so there we go. So this is a dynamic analysis. You actually have a shell. So remember when we did the ADB, we actually have the shell here. So I could actually CD into what was it? Let's see, what was it again? It was CD into the location there with the certs. So I could actually CD in there. Go back here to. So yeah, I could like CD. This is another reason why I kind of like Genymotion because. Uh, oh, sorry, I have to start ADB. Ugh, ADB shell. That, and then CD. So I think that's what I need to do. Okay. Maybe I just type in shell. Uh, oh, I thought it was just no. Uh, uh, let's see what commands we can do. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so can you only use the um? Oh, we can use shell. So we should use shell. Oh, I see what I need to do. This is on shell cd whatever the cert. So that should do it. There we go. We do a quick ls. Probably need to do shell ls. There we go. So yeah, there we go. But anyway, that's not really what I wanted to talk about. But this is dynamic analysis. Uh, so this is the actual. You'll actually show the screen, and that'll pop up here. So give it a second. So if we click on, I'll show you here with with this one here. So we click on start implementation or start activity. So we'll go to start activity, and that should launch the yeah. So it launches this one here, um, and then you can actually just run some Frida scripts here. So these are uh, Frida scripts. There's some default ones like SSL pinning and root detection bypass. So like SSL pinning is like certain apps, like say something like Twitter, they would use SSL pinning to kind of stop you from like it wouldn't work right through burp because it'll detect uh, that it's going through a proxy and stuff like that. So using SSL, what you can use, you can basically use this SSL pinning bypass to bypass that, so you can actually start experimenting with apps like Twitter and stuff like that. So that's where you can actually load the different um, Frida ones, which I haven't actually really gone through. Uh, so and then you can do an activity tester. Uh, you, you can also generate a report, so you can take screenshots, get your dependencies, uh, I think you can unset the proxy and reset it here. So I haven't used that one yet because I've already used the proxy myself. So as you can see, it's just kind of going through all of the activities there. You can remove the CA cert. Uh, so this is the dynamic testing. So uh, so you can actually generate a report, which will generate you like a PDF and stuff like that. So just generating it at the moment. So it actually would. So you can do. Okay, I'm not sure what all these are because I've only been playing around with it a little bit. Okay, that's. But anyway, but you have a report here, and you can see what's going on. You can even see like where the servers are located, where it's connecting up to. So, because this is OWASP, you can actually get get a lot of information here. So you get all the URLs that have been actually connected to. Uh, yeah, that's should have done that. But I should anyway. So you get some emails and stuff like that. So yeah, I just realized I just doxed myself. So anyway, well, I'll just change my email. Uh, yeah. So what was I saying? Maybe I'll edit the video later on and blur those out. I think I can do that. I'm not sure. I'll have to see later when I'm finished. But yeah, you got all the files. So you can just and you go back here to the static analyzer and let's go back to your recent and we'll go to static report. So you can do the same thing. You can get your static report. You can even print the report or have it as a PDF. So, uh, so yeah, so that's my environment that I have set up for uh, Android pen testing, mobile stuff. So yeah, so it even goes and tells you the severity of the different security and stuff like that. So the code analysis even gives you like your uh, if it detects anything, it will actually give you the attack and stuff like that. So uh, so yeah, um, yeah. Uh, well, in the hard, it even gives you the hard code secrets, and that's where you can find stuff like API keys and passwords and stuff like that. And like if you're doing a bug bounty, that could be that'd be very that'd be valuable if you have the password or like I believe there was a bug bounty claim just because an app had the Firebase database was uh, was actually visible. So yeah, so that's my setup anyway. Um, and I probably did dox myself there, but anyway, doesn't really matter. Uh, so yeah, you know what? Just for the fun of it, all I'm gonna do is because I want to try something here with Jenny Motion. Well, so we'll just close that. We'll close that. And then what we'll do is we'll launch this one here, and we will. Can we? Uh, we'll delete that one because we're not going to use that one anymore. Make sure to delete the right one first. I think that's one. Yeah, so we get rid of that one. So we're going to delete that one. This is how easy it is to delete the Jenny Motion. There, it's gone. So I'm going to create a new one. Use a S6. I use an S7 this time. Go to next. Like I said, we're going to put it to 10. Go to next. I'm going to try something here. Click on next. Next. Install. Start it. I just want to try something here. I'm going to need that burp cert. So I'm going to go to home. I think it's. Where is it? I think it's this one here. Yeah, so I'm just dragging that over there. So that's actually in your SD downloads, but I just want to try something here. Let's see if we go here to Dynamic Analyzer, we'll pick it up. There we go. So if we go to Dynamic Analyzer, because I have that other one already running. Is that what? Yeah, that's probably what it is. I've stopped that one. So, so we need to. No, that's not. Should be picking it up. Shouldn't be. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry. They're the recent ones I've used. So, let's throw this one in. Because what I want to do is I just want to try something. I don't know if it's going to work. So, it might work. Probably won't. Maybe it will work. So, okay, we want to apply that. So, let me see. Let's see. Let's give me an error here. What's the error? There's no errors, so let's see. Looking on that. The thing is, I don't know what the proxy is, what the port for the proxy is. So anyway, so I'd still probably need the burp suite cert. But let's see if we can install it this way. So what was it? It was so we need to go shell cd slash I think SD card. So we go ls here. Sorry, shell ls. Nope. I thought it would be shell cd cd SD card. Is it? No. SD card, C-A-R-D, is what I'm saying. I think it's that. I'm gonna give you the same thing. Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe. Why won't let me move in there? Shell CD SD. Maybe just SD card. Not sure. No. No, why it's not letting me CD into it? Because if we go back here to the Jenny Motion. Back here to Jenny Motion. Yeah. Go back here. If I do ADB shell, oh, that's oh, should be. I thought I could just CD into this. Why is it not working? Maybe. Okay, I thought I could just set it up that way. So maybe I can't. Let's see. You're going. Thought I could just run. I can use shell ls, right? Then shell pwd. Does that work? Right? So that means if we go to cd, so let's try shell cd slash maybe storage. Can't. I could not type complete st. Oh, I spelled shell wrong, so Can we do that? Yeah. We're still in root. Why are we in root? This is annoying me now. Uh, maybe we can only. Let's do remount. We're unsuccessful. Okay. Shell. Okay, shell command. CD slash etc. I don't think it'll do that. Probably still give me. Still root. Okay, so maybe I can't do it. Maybe what I have to do is use push and pull. Yeah. So that's not gonna work. That doesn't really matter anyway. So I'm gonna chat. No. Okay. Alright, look. I'm gonna end the stream there because it's gone 1 o'clock. I don't know if that stream was informative or boring or whatever, but it's something I've wanted to do for a couple of days now, so I got that out of the way. So if you enjoyed it, just let me know in the comments. The next thing I'm gonna do is play around with a few of these runnable apps and just play around with them really. So might even look at some of these reader scripts because that's another thing. If you're using a emulator that's you've created with Android Studio, you actually have to like go ahead and install Frida server and all this stuff, and yeah, you can do that no problem. But with Genymotion, it's all there for you. Uh, as far as I know, Genymotion installs the uh, uh, sorry, not Genymotion, the mobile the, uh, the mobile security framework. It actually installs those onto your installs the Frida server onto your actual uh, emulator, and then you can run those scripts, and they can allow you to bypass uh, root and stuff like that. So, because if I show you this here on the okay, it should be SD card downloads. Anyway, don't worry about that. It's not here on this one, but on the other one, if you run the Android Go one, it'll actually show you that. Actually, I'll leave that for another day. But like I said, what I really wanted to get through tonight was just setting up the environment. So just to recap, what we did was the first thing we did, we went and installed our Android virtual device or emulator, and we used Genymotion to do that. So I'm going to close that out. I'm actually going to probably delete that one because I don't need it. I'm going to use the one I had before. So I'm actually going to just delete that one because I don't want to use that one anymore. So yeah, um, so we installed our uh, device, and then the next thing we did was we went ahead uh, and we where are we go? Then we went ahead and we installed Burp Suite or CA Burp CA on that device, and then I showed you how to proxy through Burp. Then the next thing we did was I went ahead and showed you the mobile security um, framework, how to upload and do a static analysis of an APK, then also the dynamic analysis of the APK. As you can see, it's saying here that it can't find the runtime environment. That's because I closed down the uh, Android device. But yes, those are the ones that we've done a static analysis. So you could actually you can view. I think can you view the report without? No, I think you have to have it running to actually. Mm, I think for recent scans you can just yeah. You don't need to have the emulator running for recent scans, so we can just look at the static report and actually give us everything we need if we want to just look at it that way. So yeah, so uh, so I'll just end the stream there, and like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you and yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.